commenting, and he was in South Carolina. He got lots of applause there. Let's go right to FaceTime. Let's pull up Russell Simmons. Russell, you there?
Yes, I am.
So, Russell, you write this open letter, and you're saying enough is enough, Donald Trump. I've known you. Stop the BS.
Yeah, well, Roland, my job is, well, I have a job as a chairman of the Ethnic Understanding for 20 years. And what we do is fight bigotry around the world, but it has become more Muslim Jewish. Ever since I had a meeting with Minister Louis Farrakhan and Elie Wiesel, Alan Steinberg, Israel Singer, Cornel West, Reverend Jackson, and Martin III, they were at my house for a meeting. It changed from just some black-Jewish relations to Muslim-Jewish relations, and we've been doing that in 50 countries. In 50 countries, we have imams speaking synagogues and rabbis speaking mosques. So there was about 10 years ago that Donald made some disparaging remarks about Muslims. And I brought a bunch of rabbis to his office, and then we brought him to the mosque, to the great mosque on 103rd Street. At that time, he was very gracious. He learned a lot, it seemed. It seemed like maybe he had changed a bit, and these statements he's been making. It's when I probably lost my friendship with him probably about I don't know how long ago it was when I said I'd rather Kim Kardashian be president than Donald Trump. And we hadn't spoken. He called my office about it. He was upset, but it was, I thought they were both celebrities. I thought it was kind of funny to say, but I didn't realize he'd be winning. And I certainly didn't realize that America would take those statements seriously, those kinds of statements. He always makes off-color remarks. And I thought, for the most part, they're just Donald. I didn't think he was the president or that he would be a contender for the president. And so our friendship is not worth it. There's something much bigger than us. And that's what's at stake in this country. And what's scary is not Donald. What's scary is how many people applaud at the kind of statements he's making.
Right. Well, what's amazing is when you look at these rallies, when you look at the fact that even after the comments, his poll numbers are going up. He clearly, whether he's talking about black folks or talking about Latinos, non-Muslim, he is pushing racial buttons. And I don't call many people racist, but I do believe what he is doing. He knows about these bigoted feelings. He knows exactly how you have a core number of Americans. Look, you can read comment boards on websites and you can see all these comments. There's a lot of Americans who say, "Oh no, not me. I'm not racist," but they got lots of bigoted views. He's pushing those buttons and it's being effective and it's causing severe damage not only to the Republican Party, but even people across the world are going, "This is a guy who's running for president of your country?"
Well, look at what's going on in France. Because of the terrorist attack, people are fearful and they are choosing the most right-wing person they can choose with the most extreme views. That is going on here. People are afraid, and they're pushing all the wrong buttons. That the Planned Parenthood attack was a Christian terrorist act.
Right.
Right? There's a right-wing Christian who felt that what was going on in Planned Parenthood was wrong, and he wanted to scare people, terrorize people, out of the abortion process. So there are always going to be nuts. You don't have to label them. I would say that since ISIS killed 95% Muslims, that they were the greatest anti-Muslim group on the planet. And the other thing we don't know is that, and I'm just sharing this with you because people don't know that the Muslim community is a rally I'm invited to speak at on Sunday. They're having peace rallies all over this country. They're not being reported by the media. People think that Muslims are somehow quiet on this issue. But in fact, they are the most vocal. That's very important, Roland, to recognize that they are the most vocal against not only ISIS, but all terrorism and all extreme views.
Since you wrote this letter, has Donald reached out to you? He met with a group of black pastors. He talking to other people. Has he called you and said, "Hey, Russell, what in the world's going on?"
I'm surprised that he hasn't, but I'm on my way to yoga and I'm looking at the papers and I know the Daily News has a cover story. So it has traveled quite a bit and I'm sure it's something that he can't escape. So he's aware of it. He has my numbers, my mobile, everything else. So He may call me. I don't know how it would help him. I think he's concerned with galvanizing people and playing to the cheap seats. What we say, it's proven that what we say about him is not working, right? If we say that it's misguided or it's un-American, but Americans, support him, he's worried about winning the nomination. And here's the scariest part, Mo, and I'll tell you, it's an insight. Some people know that Donald is a Democrat. So when Donald gets past, if he were to get past the primary process, he would start saying some things that would resonate with some Democrats. He would say that everybody deserves health care. He may say that the taxes should be raised so that we can send kids to better schools. He may say things, and then you would have a person who, for the lack of better expression, a crazy man in office. It's very possible. So we have to be very careful. People did not take Hitler seriously. He said things, some of the things he said about identifying Muslims a certain way, and some of the things he's saying are very, not only un-American against the First Amendment. This country is based on religious freedom.
Right.
So he said things that are shocking, and for him to come to power would be not only be a worldwide embarrassment, but it could have devastating effects on the people who live here.
All right, well, Russell Simmons, man, we appreciate you speaking out, always willing to say what needs to be said. And so if Donald calls you, let us know. I'm also waiting to talk to him. He seems to interview everybody else, but he should come talk to our black audience. I got some questions for him.
I'm sure you do. Thank you, sir.
Russell, I appreciate it. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks a lot.